Today, I'm gonna do a blind taste test between canned cherry tomatoes and canned San Marzano tomatoes in the simplest pasta sauce that you can make. To me, I think this is a better balance of like sweet and sour. So the reason why this is the simplest pasta sauce you can make is you just toss it into a saucepan, and then I'm gonna throw it in the oven for about an hour. We'll just fast forward through all of that cooking, but really, this is quite simple. And the only aromatics I'm gonna use is some shallot, butter, our tomatoes, and then to finish the pasta is where we'll use up the basil and add a little bit of Parmesan, and that's where we'll do the actual taste test. But I've done a video on the main channel looking at a bunch of different canned tomato options out there. And really in that video, the main thing that I found was very important was looking for tomato puree on the actual ingredient label. And recently I saw these cherry tomatoes. I don't remember seeing cherry tomatoes when I did that video like 2 or so years ago. So I thought it'd be interesting to just do a quick pasta sauce test, especially while I have fresh basil, and this is just a great recipe for the summer. So to make this, the canned cherry tomatoes go in, and I actually kind of want to pull one of these off. I might taste one raw. Tastes really good. Very sweet. This will be interesting. So canned cherry tomatoes, and then these are San Marzanos, and then I'm not going to eat a whole one, but I'll get a little piece. We'll blindfold up later. I want to do a final sauce test, but oh yeah, they're definitely different for sure. This tastes definitely sweeter to me. These are still on the sweet side, especially you could get some acidic canned tomatoes. That was one of the things we learned in that video. But yeah, so all that goes in is a can of tomatoes in each, and then I'm gonna do, I think, like 2 tablespoons of butter in each. And these are, I think, like 400-gram bottles. So 2 tablespoons of butter. Plop that in. Plop that in. And then I'm gonna do just a tiny little drizzle of olive oil. This is probably like 10 grams. And then for our aromatics, not even gonna dice these up. This is kind of like Marcella Hazan's recipe. She kind of just like throws in, she doesn't use shallot, she uses onion. But what makes it really nice and simple is that she just tosses in like a whole half of an onion. So I'm gonna do that, except I'm just gonna toss in a whole shallot. And then the shallot kind of slowly stews down. You can do this on the stove too, just makes it easier in the oven. So we've got the shallot, toss it in there. Oh, almost put in the wrong one. It's shallot. And yeah, so you can see, literally it's 3 ingredients at this point. It's your canned tomatoes, it's your butter. I guess we have olive oil too, so it's 4 ingredients technically. A little bit of olive oil and some shallots in there. Not gonna add salt at this point. I'm gonna add salt at the end when we finish it with the pasta, because the pasta is gonna be salty, Parmigiano Reggiano is gonna be salty, and we'll also add in some basil right at the end when we do the final pasta. But for now, let's just toss these in the oven. And I'm just gonna keep an eye on these. I don't know exactly how long they're gonna take. This is at 350 right now. I'll leave it open, and I may put a lid on after it evaporates for a little while. And like I said, that is all there is to this. You can just let that go for 45 minutes or an hour. While this is cooking, we're actually just gonna film another Cookwell video, and then we'll come back here, make the pasta, make the sauce, and do the blind taste test, because there's definitely a difference in them just right out of the can. So I'm gonna be really interested to see how different these are once they're actually cooked. Okay, so it's been about an hour or so. Let's go take a look at our sauce over here. So, as you can see, it smells so good in here, by the way. everything's like, we're gonna take out the shallot and stuff, but it's kind of infused in that sauce, and then we're gonna blend this. So just gonna swing this over here. And it literally smells so good. Okay. And then we do have some pasta going, but so what I'm gonna do is just kind of, you could keep this shallot and stuff in there, but a lot of it has already been infused in there. And what I'm gonna do is blend up the sauce. These are nice, like pizza topping or something like that. Would highly recommend. And then we're gonna blend these up, taste them, and then add a little bit of salt. Oh, that was hot. Didn't burn myself, but it's hot. Okay. All right, pretty good. A little bit of splatter, but nothing too bad. We've seen worse on the channel. Just don't want to contaminate those. And then the cherry tomatoes. Obviously, you could throw this in like a big blender too. That would be easier if you were doing like a big batch of this. And then I think this pasta is about ready too. A little bit longer. Uh-oh. Wait. I think I just forgot which one was which. Wait. Oh no, we might have messed up. I think there's a little piece of cherry tomato in this one though. I think that's a cherry tomato. Okay. I'm gonna mark this before I forget again. I think this is right. I think. Pretty sure this is the cherry tomato. We'll have to review it in the footage. Orange is cherry tomato, hopefully. And I guess that's one thing. I mean, I think this is definitely the cherry tomato. I can see it's kind of got more seeds. So I think we're okay there. But this is like one of my favorite, simplest ways. So instead of like throwing the basil in there, we're gonna toss it in right at the end as we're finishing the pasta. Just give it that light, warm heat. So we're gonna have that ready. And like I said, these taste so good. Super soft and jammy and just like sweet, shalloty, so good. Bring our little pasta station over. And then, yeah. Finishing your pasta this way just kind of makes it feel a little bit more special. So we have both our sauces, got our pasta. So I'm just gonna add kind of a serving to this. Oh, that was hot. And then We're gonna do, we got the Roma, or the San Marzano tomatoes first. 2 scoops. And give this a little and then to finish, we're gonna, oh, forgot my parm. A little bit of parm. And then a nice sprinkle of fresh basil. Just lightly steaming that basil to bring out the aromas. It smells so good. And if I had a fork or something, I could make this a lot prettier. I'm just going to slop it in. Need like a little scoop here. Running out of counter space. Little baby sprinkle. All right. Now let me give this a little white so we don't contaminate here. All right, pasta number 2. All right, we got the cherry tomato this time. 1 scoop, 2 scoops. They don't smell way different. Again, like mostly you're getting the kind of the aromas from that shallot in there. Most of the differences between these are likely going to be like the taste, the sweetness, the acidity. So we'll see once we actually give these a little taste to see how close or different they really are. All right, basil goes in. Good sprinkle of parm. And then we have our pasta number 2. We splattered pasta sauce everywhere, but it's fine. We'll sprinkle of that. Let me take a couple of minutes to clean this up, and I'll meet you back here for the taste test. Okay, I cleaned up. I'm gonna blindfold and just to test and taste these, but I did want to take one test of these just as sauce. And what I kind of realized, both are really, really good, but the cherry tomato is definitely a little bit thicker. And again, they were in the oven for the same time. You could cook this down. But also, to me, I think this is a better balance of like sweet and sour. Like this cherry tomato one, I think makes my tongue water a little bit more. And if I was just doing this without the blindfold, I would say I like cherry tomatoes more. But let's see how they are with the pasta and the basil and the Parmesan. I'm really excited for this test. And I don't have a good way to mix these up. Would you just want to hand them to me? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put them out front. Okay, so I'm gonna blindfold up and give these a taste test. Okay, the number 1, or number, it doesn't matter, I guess. I don't know which one they are. Okay. Really good. That really fresh aroma from the basil is nice. The parm in there, and then you get to the sauce. I mean, the sauce is really good. I don't know how different it is. We'll see here in just a second. Also really, really good. Definitely not anything leaping out. Like, I mean, they're both just really good. It's high quality pasta, good parm, fresh basil, a good tomato sauce. I think this second bowl might be a little more tangy. I feel like one's a little bit more sweet. And I think I like that one better, but these are very, very close. Let me see. Okay, yeah, there we go. That kind of checks out. First of all, like very close. I mean, we're working on the margins here with this test because I already really like canned San Marzano with the tomato puree in there. The cherry tomatoes match that to that level very close. But I think what's really nice about the cherry tomatoes is you kind of get a little bit more like sweetness with your kind of tangy acidity that we all know and love in tomatoes. You just get a little bit more sweetness in that canned cherry tomato, or at least this particular variety. And yeah, after tasting this, I think I'm gonna buy some more canned cherry tomatoes. I really, really like this, especially in this dish where the tomatoes really, really shine through because you're just mixing it with a couple of other basic aromatic ingredients. So this was a really fun test. I would highly recommend doing this at home. I mean, if you've got 2 pots, throw them in the oven. It's a really easy test that you can replicate at home, and this sauce is just amazing. We'll have the recipe up on Cookwell if you want to follow it exactly. But yeah, this was a fun test. That will wrap it up for me in this one. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace, y'all.